truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool, city lights shining so bright. Fine dining lights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right, ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it good bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
Yo, what's up? I'm back again. You know, the smoke just continues. The smoke just continues. Why do men let women trick them into monogamy? Why do we keep going for the same dumbass shit? Right? Men are down bad in these relationships. We down bad. And we don't want to admit it. We don't want to admit that monogamy is a failure. 100% complete failure. And we just don't want to admit it. So we're going to go into a few videos and check it out.
To take on more bullshit to protect you than you would possibly believe. And in the modern world, they've spun that. Feminism spun that. Men make all the money. You women need more money because men make the money and men are in charge and men have the good jobs. Men are out here giving up their fucking life for you chicks. Oh, yeah. They're giving up their life for you. And feminism prevents you respecting it. And this is a Western phenomenon. I say this as a man who lives in the East. In the East, women don't think that way.
Andrew Tate shatters these modern women's delusional worldview as he drops truth bombs explaining why feminism is destroying the West and ultimately always is destined to fail as these women struggle to cope with reality. Let's get in.
This is the thing about history you must understand. Myron's making a very important point. Please, and when I was saying earlier about resist the slave mind, this is one of those situations where you have to keep your mind open, right? Okay. Resist the slave mind. Resist it. Since the dawn of human time, every single society that we can name was led by men. Agreed?
I agree.
Okay. What is the odds of that?
Except Egypt.
No, you had Cleopatra.
Yeah, Egypt. It was very heavily influenced by women.
Cleopatra was a queen, but society was run by men. The household, the man was in charge.
I agree.
So having a queen is different than, because England's, let's not go down that route. You had Boudicca, you had a bunch of things. So let's not go down that route. Right. The point is that what's the odds of that happening by statistical anomaly, right?
Maybe like
50 chance. Every civilization since the dawn of human time, it ends up being men. What's the odds of that? Basically zero. Agreed?
I agree.
Okay. So the reason that you can only name societies that were run by men is because all the societies that were run by women, which did exist, were decimated and destroyed so quickly, they don't even have history to fucking write about. They didn't build shit. They didn't write shit. Because the second they said, we're a bunch of pussies and chicks are in charge, the dudes turned up and fucked them up. Now, you have to understand that the world now is a lot less competitive than it used to be. It used to be survival of the fittest. And the fittest societies are patriarchal societies. That's a reality. Now, she said the next 100 years, let's see what happens. I actually agree with her. We are moving in the West to a femme-centric society. We are moving here in the West to a society where females have more power than men. She said earlier that feminism means we need.
I agree with that. I agree with that. This will be a feminine-centric society 20 years from now, if not already moving in that way. Yeah. Yeah. I do. Yeah. So I'm agreeing with that. He's on point about that. No doubt.
The same rights. You already have more rights and more laws protecting you than men do. You're already in charge. But if you look at how society is going, if you actually look at the crime rate, you look at the falling birth rate, you look at the fact that most women are completely depressed and can't find a man they love, you look at the fact that everyone's having abortions and running around doing all this crazy shit, I think society is getting worse. And the reson I think it's getting worse is because there's not enough big, strong men around.
Yeah, Lord, yes, I'm back already. I had this. I saw this video. I was like, oh, let's talk about it. Yeah. Thank you for coming back. Glad to see you, sir.
Keep things in line. I think the happiest societies in the world are patriarchal societies. So when we make this point, when you're saying we need a matriarchal society, it hasn't been tried, it's been tried. You all just fucking lost because it's not competitive. And the second the West becomes fully matriarchal, you're going to lose to Russia, to China. You're just going to be outcompeted and destroyed. That is what's going to happen.
Can I ask a question from your theory?
Was there? I know someone wanted to chime something in before we go into another question. Did anyone have anything? No. Okay, go ahead.
No, so like from what you're saying, men have always been able to like dominate women. That's just always what it's been. Like the only time I've ever seen women run stuff is like on Futurama. I can't lie, on an episode. Like you guys are completely fine. It's just like, you know how you're sitting here saying like, you know, for as long as dawn, like men have always ran everything. If men have always been running everything, right, and like everybody's just so comfortable and happy, why do women feel the need? Happen?
Speaking to the
I'm sorry.
The penis.
Like why do why do women feel the need to fight for their rights if everybody's so happy and complicit? You are absolutely right.
Good question.
Like that's my biggest thing. Okay, men have always ran things and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, there are complicit women. Don't get me wrong. There are women who feel like men should lead complacent. Yes, yeah, I do apologize.
That's fine.
You know, there are women who are okay with that, but there are also women why do women fight so hard? Because obviously there's some imbalances that females feel like is not comfortable. So yeah, I could sit here and be like, yeah, the most societies and things like that have been ran by men, but obviously why do women always revolt against it? Because we don't feel like it's equal and fair. We're not happy. Y'all feel happy, but obviously there's a big ass demographic of females who do not feel the same way.
That's a good point, and I'm gonna answer that because it's a very valid point. I disagree with you when you say that women are not happy. First, no. Let me answer why.
Okay.
I agree with you. Yes, a lot of women are unhappy, and especially, firstly, it's new. This is Western world, and it's very new.
Since the 50s.
50 years in terms of human history is new, right? Okay, so
but were you there?
For the longest period of human history, men were in charge, and were women happy? I don't know. What I'm saying now,
it shows in history.
What I'm saying now is that
I believe women were never happy. I believe women were never happy, no matter what the society is. I think women are just, because they always wanted more. Back in the day, they really couldn't get more because men were just too dominant. Now that the laws have changed and the structure of society has benefited women, they're only speaking how they truly feel. I believe women truly feel the way they feel, and they really mean it.
If you talk about your own personal relationships, which you've already done, you like the idea of a man in a dominant place. So there's still something evolutionary and biological about females liking male dominance to some degree, right? Because in your personal relationships, you do want that. I'm not saying that women should have no rights. I'm not saying you shouldn't fight for equal rights. In fact, even though you already have more rights than men, I'm not saying you should do those things. I'm not saying that. What I am only doing is stating the facts that matriarchal societies fail. And I'm stating that because it's been proven throughout history. I'm not even talking about the happiness of people. So the point you're making is a valid point. I never discussed whether people were happy. I was discussing competition. I was discussing survival. And in pure survival situations, most of the time, nobody's happy. Because let me tell you something. The men who were going out to die to defend their women probably weren't happy either. And you talk about, this is a big point I want to make, because women confuse this very often. They talk about the fact that men have all the power, men make all the money, men are in charge, and we oppress women. Let me make something very clear to you.
Okay.
Firstly, you're confusing 1% of men with all men. The majority of men have no money, no power, no sex from their wife,
Facts.
no fucking chance in court. They can't even keep their house. They won't get to see their kids, and they don't. So most men, their life sucks.
Okay.
That's the first thing. The second thing, when a man gets up at 4 a.m. to go carry garbage to earn a good wage, he ain't thinking, I'm going to do this so I can oppress that bitch because she's broke. He's doing it thinking so I can provide for my family, so my woman can stay at home and raise my kids and have nice nails while I'm out here carrying trash. You go to a coal mine, those dudes are not down there thinking about oppressing women. They're down there thinking about providing for women.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that there's not bad apples, but in general, us men are prepared to take on more bullshit to protect you than you would possibly believe. And in the modern world, they've spun that.
That's why it's a bad deal. That's why it's a bad deal. Because us men are putting so much of the financial burden as well as the emotional burden, keeping the relationship stable, that the women aren't appreciated. They're like, fuck that. Our way or the highway. So yeah, I 100% agree that men aren't trying to oppress their women. If we were trying to oppress a woman, we sure wouldn't be spending no money on them. We sure wouldn't be getting these Birkin bags and these Louis Vuitton bags. Men spoil their women for the most part, what they can. My son is married. He's an electrician. And he came out to see me. He showed me back. He said, oh, I got to stop and get these Coach bags that my wife wants. Men, we don't want to oppress our family. We want to relieve our women of stress. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. We don't want to oppress. We want to relieve them of stress.
Feminism spun that. Men make all the money. You women need more money because men make the money and men are in charge and men have the good jobs. Men are out here giving up their fucking life for you chicks.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
giving up their life for you. And
completely
feminism
agree.
prevents you respecting it. And this is a Western phenomenon. I say this as a man who lives in the East. In the East, women don't think that way. They think, I don't want to make money. I want a man who takes care of me. I want to drive a Bentley. I want 3 or 4 kids. I want the man to make money. And I will respect him for working so hard for me. It's only here in the West they start talking shit, saying, well, I deserve that job too, blah, blah, blah. It's not even, it won't even make you happy. You don't want that job. It's stress. It's unhappiness. It's bullshit. So I agree with what you're saying, but the point about happiness in society, et cetera,
Yeah.
once again, be very, very careful what you say, and you need to resist the slave mind. Because as much as you say you're
I agree
unhappy,
with that.
I'm unhappy.
He's making
Georgia
so
killed
much
it.
sense.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree
not
with- I
wrong.
agree with-
Andrew Tate's point is simple enough anyone should be able to understand. These women want to complain about happiness. They want to talk unfairness. At the end of the day, if you are a weak society, you are going to be overrun by a strong one. And feminism does not raise the bar for anything. It lowers it to accommodate them, which means anyone else, if they are a true patriarchal society, will have stronger men, they will be more enduring, and they will be able to run right over you. And exactly like Andrew Tate said, they didn't even.
So, we see here that this patriarchal shit, women, especially in America, where I live at, where we live at, I should say that, it's chat gang. We have given women a life. Even if you're not a woman able to walk around here and be as free as a bee. You know, they don't have to wear no clothes, barely. They can go get it. And what can't they do? So why are they still complaining? They got the freedom to go and leave the country and go wherever they want to do and do whatever they want to do when they want to do it, with or without a man. Do you, boo? Do you, boo? But yet, us men, we keep letting these women trick us into monogamy. And what does monogamy do? It enters an agreement for a woman to pretty much, you know, take your resources, right? Pretty much. I'm not saying that women don't love you. I'm not saying that she doesn't want you. I'm not saying that she don't like the sex and all that stuff. But part of being with her is being a provider. She looks for a provider. And that provider, part of that being a provider, is not only sexually, emotionally, but financially. So she's there to take your resources for herself. And anything she's bringing in extra is for herself. That's what it's all about.
Even write anything. They didn't even have the opportunity. It all got burned to the ground. So the whole argument behind happiness, all this, it's a moot point. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant because you're going to be a whole lot more unhappier when your society has been overran and destroyed by a foreign power. So how good are you going to feel then? Which means the whole point of focusing on happiness and all of these things that women want to chase ultimately is doomed to destroy a civilization. And that's why women cannot be the ones running the show. But let me know down below if you agree or disagree and hit that like button, notification bell. It helps the algorithm, and let's get back in.
But see, with men though, I feel like the reason why it's been so successful
Into the mic.
is so successful is because men like run things off ego. Women run things off emotions. I can't lie. That's just what it is. Guys have something to prove. They always be like, I'm better than this. I want to prove this. I want to do this. I want to do that. Girls are like, we got to be compassionate. We don't want to do war. We don't want to do all this. So obviously men are going to advance faster than women. Don't get me wrong. And that's why
It's more forceful.
Exactly. And that high key does, contribute to their success.
This is a good,
You don't
this
think
is a
so?
good
You're
demonstration of
100%
what
wrong,
that
but
is.
continue.
How do you feel that? No,
It's not even that I feel, it's a fact. If you look at
Okay, tell me.
Scandinavian countries, shout out to
Okay.
Jordan Peterson, he talks about this. The women are that's probably the most equal society in the world.
Correct.
Scandinavian countries,
Scandinavian?
Norway,
Okay.
etc. And what they found is when you leave women to their own devices, they go into what they want to do even more so. The men pick engineering, architecture, etc. things. Women go into more social jobs, being a nurse, a teacher, etc. So it's not that women are being held against what they want to do. It's not that. It's just that, simply put, if you leave a woman to her own devices, she's almost always going to pick a job that deals with people. If you leave a man to his own devices, he's going to pick a job that deals more with things. And the other thing too is that men are far more willing to work overtime, work dangerous jobs that women never want to work. Women want equality until it's about, doing offshore fishing or offshore drilling or any job that's dangerous or physically labor intensive.
Or staying on the Titanic.
Yeah,
No, of course.
So
Oh, you're not equal now. Oh, you're not equal now. Oh, okay.
So
I get
women
it.
do those jobs
Oh,
because
okay.
they're emotional beings, right? Like
yeah,
nurses,
because you were saying like men push.
everything.
You were saying like men push harder. It's not that men push harder or whatever it is. It's not that. It's simply put that if allowed, right, women are going to just. I'm just going to say it. Women pick easier jobs physically, and that's why they get paid less. They work less hours. They're more likely to take vacation time, and this is all statistical fact.
Yeah,
there is no
right.
wage gap because of gender. There's a wage gap because of choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
A woman doesn't get paid less by the fact just because she has a vagina. No, she gets paid because of the choices she makes. And let's take it a step further. Over 60% of college enrollees are women.
Yeah, black
Women have more college degrees than men now. Why do men still make more money? Because men.
This is why you don't marry. This is why monogamy is stupid. Because at the end of the day, men are losing Hey, spend your money where you're happy at, not where you're mad at. Ain't no way I'm spending money to be unhappy. Ain't no way I'm spending my money to be miserable. If I'm going to be spending my money, at least I want to have fun. I want to be pleasurable. I don't want to be in a motherfucking situation where I'm miserable.
And go into fields that pay more, that tend to be science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM. Women don't want to do that shit. Pilots, engineers, etc., like we were discussing before, dominated by men.
Because men are more willing to do competitive jobs than females,
Yes.
which I technically
No, because it's a choice.
Yeah, it's
and
a
then
choice.
also, it's a biological thing. Men are valued on what they create. Women are not. So women don't have the same burden of performance and incentive to be a high earner.
Exactly.
You know
and
what I'm saying? They just don't. Men are innately more competitive, etc. So women make less money because of choice. And I think a lot of people like to say women make less money because we're oppressed or whatever. No, you're not oppressed. And as a matter of fact, I would argue that as a woman, if you try to be an engineer or become a pilot, etc.,
You get an easy.
there you go.
Because
Women
now they got qualified.
There it is there. I agree, right? Women, listen, do what you do, boo. You want to be all you can be? We're fine with it. But because you have all these skills to pay the bills, then if you don't mind monogamy, you got to pay for it. You won't mind. Listen, give up all your options for one woman to sit here and complain about you not making enough money and she doesn't even listen to you is a waste of fucking time. Right? It's a waste of fucking time.
About how my ex-husband called me cheating. All right, so when I was like, I probably was like 33. Yeah, I was like 33, 34. This little YN, he was like to message me on Facebook, Instagram. I would never like write him back. So one day I'm just bored. He ended up writing me, so I ended up like writing him back. So when I write him back, he like talking to me, telling me how much like he been want to talk to me. He want to take me out, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I started talking to him or whatever. He cute, like he was cute. So we started talking. So his husband, he used to coach football, so little league football. That's another story time. So he would be at little league football practice until like 7 or 8 at night. Like I would come home, I would order my kids a pizza, and I would leave, and I would go be with the YN like all the way until he came home from little league football practice.
You talking to a young dude, and for YN, for a lot of y'all that may not be familiar, it use young, you know what it means. You got kids, you're married. Next thing you know, you find yourself in a situation with a young dude and you cheat on your husband.
Or whatever. So like I had just changed up my whole like routine. Like I usually would get out, go home, take a bath, cook for my kids, and like be at home until he come home. But I switched all up. I started like going out, meeting him, hanging out with him, whatever. So my ex-husband got suspicious and he started like digging for shit, like digging. What happened was he ended up putting a tape recorder in my car under my seat. I always talk to everybody through my car radio. That specific day, I did not talk to him through my car radio. I talked to him on my phone, and I don't know what made me talk to him on my phone, but I just talked to him on my phone. But me and my homegirl was talking on the phone, and I talked to her through the car radio, and she was like, "Oh, you talked to such and such," and I was like, "Girl, like he ain't on shit, he ain't about shit. Like I'm not finna play with him, whatever." So I'm sitting at the table eating my food, and he come home and he slammed the recorder down on the table. He like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm looking at him like, I don't know what the fuck is that. So he got tears coming out his eyes, and he like, "Bitch, you been cheating on me." Like,
You know what? I can't imagine the amount of people that actually break up their family over a young dude. That is crazy. All because you was bored. The inception of this is at boredom. Idle mind is a devil's workshop. Make sure y'all stay busy and not involved in this nonsense. It's gonna get you broken up. It's gonna get your kids in a co-parenting situation. It's silly. It's
just a bad investment. It's just a bad investment. Because these women are going to do what they want to do, and they're going to feel the way they want to feel.
dumb. It's really a stupid situation that was avoidable, that you found yourself in unnecessarily, and now you got to be in a co-parenting situation, and women are so dumb. Like, they not even as smart as we think they are. We just overlook a lot of stuff. And the fact that he got suspicious means that it was so obvious that she was switching up her routine. And you got a stable crib. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You obviously got a provider, because as soon as you get home, all you're doing is cooking for your kids and chilling. And you willing to throw all of that away just for some sex? This is so dumb, bro.
y'all heard you say like a nigga name. I'm like, no, like what are you talking about? Like that was nothing. Like she asked me about somebody, and I was like, he ain't shit or whatever, because basically that's what I told her. So he really ain't had nothing on me then or whatever, but he thought he did. So anyway.
And she kept going, huh? So she wasn't just gonna leave well enough and on, oh man, I dodged a bullet this time. I'm gonna go ahead and chill out and walk. You still gonna keep going, huh?
Time went on. I'm still messing with him. I'm still going over his house, staying over his house damn near all day until it's time for me to go home. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I ended up going to a Rick Ross concert, and I was all dressed up, and like me and the little YN, we had met because he wanted to see me like before I went to the concert with my friends. So we went or whatever. He got in the car. He was like, "Oh, you looking good," whatever. He was like, "Let's take a picture." So I was like, "Okay." So he took the picture on his phone. So he took like 3 pictures. It was like me and him like next to each other. Then he took a picture like of him kissing me, and then it was another picture like of his arm around me or whatever. So I was like, "Oh, these pictures cute. Send them to me." So he sent them to my phone, but of course I wasn't gonna keep them in my phone because I'm like, what if he go through my phone? So I ended up sending the pictures to my email. So I sent the pictures to my email or whatever. This was like a week later. I'm in the bed asleep, and you know I'm cheating, so I'm already like kind of on ease. Every time he walk in, I'm kind of like jumping, like I got my phone on do not disturb. I got my phone like kind of tucked under my pillow because you know I'm doing shit I ain't got no business doing, right? So he ended up coming in the room. I'm asleep. He ended up coming in the room. He like, "Bitch, I'm a fucking you." And I was set up in the bed. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what? Mind you, I'm asleep. He like, "Bitch, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?" He got the phone in my face, and I see me and the nigga on the screen. So I'm like, huh? So he like, "Bitch, what the fuck is this?" I couldn't even say nothing. I was just like, I couldn't say shit. When I tell you this man started going crazy, this man started going berserk. He started tearing up the room. He started saying all this stuff he was gonna do to me, and
I'm just waiting for the part where she said that now she alone and he's no longer with her. But let's see if we can get there.
just like, bitch, you caught red-handed. Like, what the fuck can you say? Mind you, it's like 11 o'clock at night at this time when he finds it. This man had cracked the code to my email. So I'm just sitting in the bed. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I apologize. Mind you, let me say this. Let me get this disclaimer. This man had been cheating on me with some bitches from the Little League football team.
Now we starting throwing. Stop.
This is where two wrongs don't make it right. Because she probably caught him messing with some girls. He probably did. But she made it like everything was good. You know, are you fuck with him? She like, nah, I ain't messing with him. No, it's just a mistake. And she like, okay, good, we good. And she probably kind of liked it, like tucked her on a little bit more, like, okay, it's my man. So she let it go. But then as soon as she get caught, now she brings back up the past. And this is what women do. This is their bread and butter. This is why monogamy is just such a bad deal. This is what women do. When you get them in the bind, where they're all the way dead to the wrong, they never come out and say, you know what? I fucked up. I apologize. I'm 100% wrong. No, they want to say, well, remember when you had them other bitches? And this is just a bad way to resolve a situation. Because for real, she just need to be accountable and show that, hey, you know, I'm not fucking with that guy no more. That was just for pleasure. I was wrong. I was wrong. That's all it took. And then maybe some, you know, took a little bit more than that, probably go out a few little bit, spend time with each other, try to figure out why'd you do it. Maybe she could explain to him. Maybe I was lonely and bored. Tell the truth. Here's your chance to let it all out. I did it because I was bored and I was wrong. But no, what you want to do, you want to bring up the past because you want to leverage the past to justify your acts in the future or the present. Well, you did this. This is why I did that. Then why didn't you leave him? When you caught him with those other girls, you were supposed to leave. If you was that bothered by it, you should have broke up with him, got your YN or whatever you to your liking, and you'd have been in the clear. You didn't have to explain yourself to nobody. It's really that simple, but no. You want to wait until you get caught. Then when you get caught, because you were sloppy, she was sloppy. And she liked the YN. I don't know about loving, but she liked attention, cute, good sex. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. All she had to do is say, you know, I was wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying I was wrong for my acts now, and whatever consequences that come with that, I can deal with it. So whether you leave me or whether you want to not talk to me for a couple of days or you want to break up, I understand that I deserve what I did because I was wrong. You should not bring anything up from the past because the past is done. You forgave him for that already. You moved on from that already.
Just sound like a very bad toxic situation, relationship. I don't believe in going back and forth. I just believe in walking away from a situation that's not conducive. And it's messed up again because the kids are the ones that you know what I'm saying, pay for it. And if he was like,
see, and this is the part I don't agree with Anton on, right? Everything I noticed this about a lot of guys, who especially if they're married. I gotta go. You leave. If she does this, she does that, leave. I don't care if you got 5 kids, 3 kids. If she fuck up too many times, burn the house down. Everything, all the solutions is leave. Leave, leave, leave. And it's very difficult to have a perfect relationship. It's very difficult to think you're going to be with somebody you're never going to mess up. That's just the nature of the game. So if every time you got 3 kids with this woman, y'all been building, and she goes out and do something like that. And the only solution to have for me is leave her. So if I leave her, can you guarantee give me somebody who's better than her? Because there's no guarantee the next woman I get is not going to do what she did. I might even get worse. And that's just the nature of relationships. We have to be ready to resolve our problems.
Like that, then how come you didn't hold them accountable? But no, you just bored, you just so sad, just so, man, this is, your reputation as a man, especially in the social media era, is just completely shattered because somebody else is knocking down your chick, bro.
Monogamy is for man benefit. How is that, Truth? How can monogamy be for man's benefit? Number one, when you go into monogamy, most likely that woman becomes a bill. So she's taking from your resources. That's one. Then most women, I would say all women, are very emotional or extra emotional. So you have to deal with their up and down emotions, postpartum, when after a period, all this old stuff they go through, right? You got to be there for emotions to support her. So that takes away from your energy. That takes away from your peace, because you could be having a good day and she'll hijack it because her emotions are running bad. So how's that a benefit? Then three, she's very subject to temptation. She's weaker than you. You gotta think women are weaker than us. So when you're going to work and when you're out hustling and something some guy comes in with some good looks, a little bit of game, she can be easy money. Women are more subject to getting tricked out of their relationship. Just like this girl, Truth Purpose. Let me run it back so you can see it again. Let me show you what she said, Truth Purpose. This is why monogamy does not benefit men, because you cannot check your woman. You can't check her like you really need to. You can't. There's no way you can hold her accountable with power, right? Authority, because she always has her autonomy. So if she does something, you just got to go have a conversation. And y'all might have this conversation 100 times in a year. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't benefit men, because most of your money is going to go with her, trying to make sure she's happy, make sure y'all are comfortable. You're fronting all the date money, all the park money. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, right? But you want to retire at age 65, 70, she's going to make that impossible. So how's that a benefit? Because most women aren't benefit man to where, hey, look, put my money with your money, make it one pot, so that way you can manage the money so that we can set up for each other to be retired at 65, 70. Women ain't thinking like that, right? Your money is their money is their money. That's the ideology. So how's that benefiting the man? And then on top of that, when your woman is in your life, you're weakened as a man, because now she's a liability. She's a potential liability. Women and children are liabilities. Back in the day, we used to go to war, right? If you had a woman and a child, you're weak, right? It made you weaker. Because now you got to not only defend your country, you got to defend your house. And when you go away to war, now your house is left to be attacked by, men who didn't go to war, other predators. That's why a lot of men was coming back from war, find out their wives were having babies by different men, or their wives leaving them for other men. They don't tell you that story. So a woman is, I'll be honest with you, woman is a liability to a man. Women, the only benefit, I would say, Truth, in my opinion, and I agree with you, is legacy, reproduction, right? You want to get her, keep her knocked up, keep the baby jump as many as you want, and then whatever happens after that, you're good with it. That's the only thing I can see a man benefiting from a woman. if you're getting with her for the purpose of reproduction. Anything past that, right? Women are not catering to men out here. They're not.
When I was like, I probably was like 33. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all a story time about how my ex-husband caught me cheating. All right, so when I was like, I probably was like 33. Yeah, I was like 33, 34. This little YN, he was like, message me on Facebook, Instagram. I would never like write him back. So one day I'm just bored. He ended up writing me, so I ended up like writing him back. So when I write him back, he like talking to me, telling me how much like he been want to talk to me. He want to take me out, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I started talking to him or whatever. He cute, like.
And this is the liability I'm talking about. Some nigga being persistent, got in her DMs, kept being persistent, and she broke weak. She said she got bored. She was bored. Let's repeat. Let's see. Let's make sure we get that right. Let's see.
Bored. He ended up writing me. One day I'm just bored.
One day she said she was just bored. And some random guy who she don't know, some stranger, was texting her. He was being persistent. And she was bored. So she hit him back. Because why? She was looking for excitement. She was looking for excitement, which was an illusion of excitement. Because the YN only want to smash. That's it. But she has a whole husband over here going out, getting the bag, making sure she has a roof over her head, food in the refrigerator, fresh clothes, weekend trips, vacations. All this for free. All you have to do is just be beautiful. And when you get home, smile. But you want to go out because you're bored and chase a nigga because you was bored. You just feel like doing wrong. And this is how it is not benefit, because women are liabilities. They do dumb shit like this all the motherfucking time.
Ended up writing me, so I ended up like writing him back. So when I write him back, he like talking to me, telling me how much like he been want to talk to me. He want to take me out, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I started talking to him or whatever. He cute, like he was cute. So we started talking. So his husband, he used to coach football, so little league football. That's another story time. So he would be at little league football practice until like 7 or 8 at night. Like I would come home, I would order my kids a pizza, and I would leave, and I would go be with the YN like all the way.
She's even called him a YN. She's called him a YN. Because she was bored. She was freaking bored. She's a liability, nigga. And truth, I don't see how you don't see this. These are all women. All women are potential liabilities. You can only hope that, your words of aspiration of that you built upon with this woman, of you and her being together, having children, and all that, you just hope that stays strong in her head. This is why you got to keep. That's why men say you have try to keep your marriage alive. You got to constantly be married, date, even when you're married. You got to still be dating her. You got to keep her excited. You can't let her mind get bored. You got to keep her everything about you and her. Because if you sit there and let her think too much and start thinking, she gets bored, then she's subject to Any guy sending her a message, having a conversation with the grocery store, anything, get in her drawers. And this is why you have to understand women cheat too.
Until he came home from Little League football practice.
You talking to a young dude, and for YN, for a lot of y'all that may not be familiar, it use young, you know what it means. You got kids, you're married. Next thing you know, you find yourself in a situation with a young dude and you cheat on your husband.
Or whatever. So like I had just changed up my whole like routine. Like I usually would get off, go home, take a bath, cook for my kids, and like be at home until he come home. But I switched all up. I started like going out, meeting him, hanging out with him, whatever. So my ex-husband got suspicious and he started like digging for shit, like digging. Something was he ended up putting a tape recorder in my car under my seat. I always talk to everybody through my car radio. That specific day, I did not talk to him through my car radio. I talked to him on my phone, and I don't know what made me talk to him on my phone, but I just talked to him on my phone. But me and my homegirl was talking on the phone, and I talked to her through the car radio, and she was like, "Oh, you talked to such and such," and I was like, "Girl, like he ain't on shit, he ain't about shit. Like I'm not finna play with him, whatever." So I'm sitting at the table eating my food, and he come home and he slammed the recorder down on the table. He like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm looking at him like, I don't know what the fuck is that. So he got tears coming out his eyes, and he like, "Bitch, you been cheating on me." Like,
You know what? I can't imagine the amount of people that actually break up their family over a young dude.
This is why these women are liabilities. This is why monogamy does not benefit men. You're investing in a product that is very unstable. Now, if you're happy wife in it, happy life in it, you got a chance. But you better keep it up, nigga. You better keep tap dancing for it. See, the woman is the new slave master. Women are the new, they took the place of the slave masters. Right? You got to acquiesce to her. You need to be tap dancing, nigga. You need, "Baby, are you okay?" When you actually do something, you better put it in a way where it's, she can receive it. You can't say it in a way that's forward or aggressive. "Baby, could you go, pick up those shoes over there for me? Baby, could you stop by the grocery store on your way to work?" You got to talk to a soft, pillow-like voice. Just like, sure. Right? Can't talk to her aggressive. If you do, she's going to, "Excuse me?" So that's why I say the woman is the new slave master. Men are slaving for these women. I know a lot of people ain't going to agree with me, but I don't care. My truth is ruthless. I don't give a fuck. Women are the new slave masters. And niggas used to tap dance for the white man, slave master, in slavery day. Now they tap dancing for their bitch. Because I truly believe that any relationship or marriage that's lasting for over a long period of time, there's a lot of tap dancing going on. Happy wife, happy life. My boy Jerk tried to tell me, "Oh, that ain't happening." Shit, nigga. I don't believe it. Because the amount of power that women got now to leave. Listen, a woman can leave and still be economically efficient without you. She has money in the bank now. She has a support system out here, which is the government. You know, if she's poor halfway, she'll get Medi-Cal, food stamps. They get pushed. If she's got an education, right? She got a degree, teacher, she can get out and find a decent 1-bedroom apartment until she saves up her money, right? Or get some sort of raise at work, then she can get her a house. But a woman can leave a man, she can unhitch her wagon from a man right now and be okay on her own. Women no longer value men the same way they used to value him in the past because they have access now. Access granted. They have access to millions and millions of dollars. I know that they're not going to get it, but in their mind, as long as they have access to it or potentially a plan, they have access. That to them is power, and it empowers them. So this is why women are divorcing men. Think about this: 1 million divorces a year. 1 million divorces a year. Imagine how many breakups in regular committed relationships are. It's probably like 40 million, more than that, maybe 100 million breakups a year of, domestic relationships that are every year they're breaking up. Probably like 40, 50 million a year. I don't want to be with you no more. I'm moving on. And who's leading this charge? Women. Because they don't need men like they used to. Although they still use men, but they don't have to be attached in a relationship to get money from men anymore. Right? Right? They can meet men, put them in the friend zone. They get on the phone, start crying, oh, my bills. Now they got cash out of money. They got 4 or 5 dudes that they can do this with. It's pretty easy. All they got to do is look beautiful or damsel in distress. And niggas will come and save them. So, yeah. It is not a very good thing to try to acquiesce to this stupid-ass contract. It's a stupid contract. It is. Monogamy in itself is stupid, and marriage is stupider. Stupid and stupider. Monogamy is stupid because you're wasting time. You're wasting a lot of time. Marriage is even stupider because now you give up a lot of leverage as a man to her. The courts, once you sign the papers, now the courts are sitting there waiting from a far distance. They're real daddy, right? Waiting. Yeah, nigga. Pull up. We waiting to pull up. Yeah, so monogamy don't matter. It just doesn't benefit men. We do it. A lot of men do it, and I've done it because we want to accept the challenge. We want to accept the challenge of I could be with this woman. She's my everything. But men are now finding out that women, they have work husbands, they have rosters, and here you are being faithful to a woman who's not faithful to you. Now, there are some women out here, I ain't gonna lie, there are some women that don't cheat on their men. I'll give you that for a truth and purpose point. But what kind of relationship is that, right? It's good for a good, but you might be able to get good 5 years in. But we'll see how that goes, right? Your book is still being written.
That is crazy. All because you was bored. The inception of this is at boredom. Idle mind is a devil's workshop. Make sure y'all stay busy and not involved in this nonsense. It's going to get you broken up. It's going to get your kids in a co-parenting situation. It's silly. It's dumb. It's really a stupid situation that was avoidable, that you found yourself in unnecessarily. And now you got to be in a co-parenting situation, and women are so dumb. Like, they not even as smart as we think they are. We just overlook a lot of stuff. And the fact that he got suspicious means that it was so obvious that she was switching up her routine. And you got a stable crib. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You obviously got a provider, because as soon as you get home, all you're doing is cooking for your kids and chilling. And you willing to throw all of that away just for some sex? This is so dumb, bro.
Y'all heard you say like a nigga name. I'm like, no, like, what are you talking about? Like, that was nothing. Like, she asked me about somebody, and I was like, he ain't shit or whatever, because basically that's what I told her. So he really ain't had nothing on me then or whatever, but he thought he did. So anyway.
And she kept going, huh? So she wasn't just gonna leave well enough and on, oh man, I dodged a bullet this time, I'm gonna go ahead and chill out and walk. You still gonna keep going, huh?
Time went on. I'm still messing with him. I'm still going over his house, staying over his house damn near all day until it's time for me to go home. Okay.
She's disrespectful. She's disrespectful. And she doesn't care. He gets on to her a little bit. He said, what is this on his phone? Who are you talking about? Who's him? She's like, who's him? Knowingly, she was actually talking about somebody, but because it was a gray area, she went with it. She said, oh, man, I wasn't nobody. I don't know. I was talking about something. She threw him a curveball. She didn't mind disrespecting their relationship. She didn't mind disrespecting her marriage. That was disrespectful. She sit there. That man found some evidence. It was inconclusive evidence, but it was enough that she could have came clean and said, you know what? It was stupid. I ain't gonna lie. I went over his house a couple times. I was being bored. Boo, my bad. Is there a way we can work this out? No, she just kind of went with it. Oh, that wasn't me. What you talking about? And he got to keep making the money to pay for the house note. So he ain't got real time to really, investigate like he want to. She's disrespectful, homie. And these women will disrespect you. She sold him her loyalty and then defrauded on the contract. Because remember, when you enter a monogamous relationship, for the men, it mostly costs you. Right? Paying for all the dates, all the things that paying with your time. Time is valuable. I don't know what we get. Time is valuable. My time is valuable. I don't know about all y'all, but my time is valuable. Money. And women aren't willing to pay this up front. Men are. I'll say this, and I know y'all gonna disagree with me. If you're gonna have to pay money up front, you might as well have it your way. Why one woman? These women are disrespecting men every day, from the rich to the poor. From the poor to the rich. They're not discriminating. If a rich man who's famous, he's providing a lifestyle beyond a Gucci bag. This nigga's getting Birkin. She's probably getting a Birkin bag every 6 months. Newest one coming out. Got 2 Rolls Royces. And she destroyed his family. Because the more men give women, the more they want. And let's break that down. Let's walk that down. Walk with me, gentlemen. Walk with me. We ain't gonna do this. Take it off just money, right? When you give them your time, right? They taking that, right? And we'll say they give us their time, right? So we're giving our protection. They're not giving us protection. They're not protecting us. This girl out here messing with a YN, how is she protecting her husband's feelings? Because she don't give a fuck. But we have to bring in protection and then money. So for the money and protection, that once she receives these benefits or payment or transaction, the return on investment is keep your legs closed and keep that vagina only for me. That's what it's all about. Come on, man. Quit playing this. And that's what I don't like about America. Everybody want to say, hey, yeah, I ain't gonna buy no woman. You buy your wife, nigga. You buy your girlfriend. When you're taking them all those dates and spending all that money, because you don't want to cheap it. I'm not saying everybody's rich or going to where I'm going, but I'm just saying, you're going out to dinner, it still ain't, it's $70, $80 for both of y'all. Y'all going out, what, 2, sometimes 3 times a week? Maybe more, because people eat out a lot now. So we say 5 times a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, everybody's eating out. And the man's paying for the restaurant and the Uber Eats, right? And the groceries. When you are doing all these things for women, you are purchasing their loyalty. At least you're trying to. You really are purchasing their vagina. That's what you're doing. So when she goes out and cheat, that's why it's cheating. Because she's cheating the fucking contract which you were paying for. With your money, your time, and your emotions. Or mental, whatever you want to put it. She's not paying anything. And she's not protecting. And that reminds you, this girl has, with this guy, 3 kids. 3 kids. So she's not protecting the kids or him by going out, running around with this young YN. Why, homies? Because she's a liability. These women are liabilities. And we want to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I ain't got to answer back. When you go to work, you think about it like, damn, I hope my woman don't do nothing crazy. Don't think because you've been married a year, 2 years that you're home free. Yeah, you still on the clock, nigga.
Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I ended up going to a Rick Ross concert, and I was all dressed up, and like me and the little YN, we had met because he wanted to see me like before I went to the concert with my friends. So we went or whatever. He got in the car. He was like, "Oh, you looking good with it, whatever." He was like, "Let's take a picture." So I was like, "Okay." So he took the picture on his phone. So he took like 3 pictures. It was like me and him like next to each other. Then he took a picture like of him kissing me. And then it was another picture like of his arm around me or whatever. So I was like, "Oh, these pictures cute. Send them to me." So he sent them to my phone, but of course I wasn't gonna keep them in my phone because I'm like, what if he go through my phone? So I ended up sending the pictures to my email. So I sent the pictures to my email or whatever. This was like a week later. I'm in the bed sleep, and I'm cheating, so I'm already like kind of on ease. Every time he walk in, I'm kind of like jumping, like I got my phone on do not disturb. I got my phone like kind of tucked under my pillow because I'm doing shit I ain't got no business doing, right? So he ended up coming in the room. I'm asleep. He ended up coming in the room. He like, bitch, I'm a fucking you. And I was set up in the bed. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what? Mind you, I'm asleep. He like, bitch, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? He got the phone in my face. And I see me and the nigga on the screen. So I'm like, huh? So he like, bitch, what the fuck is this? I couldn't even say nothing. I was just like, I couldn't say shit. When I tell you this man started going.
Right. Don't say shit. She said that's the smartest thing she said. I couldn't say shit. This is why it's just, I ain't gonna lie to you. Monogamy is just a bad setup. Because number one, nobody's perfect. And everybody's expecting everybody to be perfect. Oh, I give this girl because she's not gonna cheat on me. Or I give this guy because he's not gonna have sex with other women. So both of y'all in it are already in a deficit. I understand. No, I don't want my woman ran through. Nobody wants that woman ran through. I understand. I agree with that notion. But is that an unrealistic expectation, though? Holler at me. Is wanting your woman to never fuck any man but you an unrealistic expectation? In my mind, I think it is. I hope it doesn't happen. Keep cross my fingers. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not signing up for it. I'm not saying, hey, go ahead and do it so I can find out you. But I'm not unrealistic either to think that it can't happen. We have to understand, right? The longer you keep taking it, we signing this big bad contract, the more she's going to win. The more the women are going to win. Because the more you give, the more they take. Once again, let me repeat that. I want it to sink in. The more you give, the more she going to take. The less you give, the more she going to push away. Just try it. Stop giving your woman, stop giving your woman the things you give her. Baby, hey, have that conversation. You want to see if monogamy is a good deal? Have a conversation with your wife or your girlfriend. Say, look, have a seat. Yes, dear. What's up, baby? Hey, baby. What's up? I'm not paying for dinner or nothing for 6 months. I need you to do that for me because I need to show you that to see how much you invest in me. I need you to invest in me the same way I invest in you. Say that to your woman. Say that to your wife. And see what your results are. And we can do a side bet. I bet it doesn't go well for you. Chat's kind of quiet. Chat gang, woo-woo. I don't know who's in chat right now. I don't know who's there. I should do a man challenge. Exactly. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. So I'm going to end this live. Thank you for coming. Remember the words of Ruthless Truth. Don't fall for the okie doke. Do not fall for this bad contract. Get as many as women you can and enjoy yourself. Whatever you can afford. Do not let these women trick you into giving up all your options, all things you like to do. Don't do it. She wants you to stop hanging with your friends. Don't do it. And I'm out.